Anyway.
Hi, sisters!
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is 𝓩𝓪𝓬𝓱 𝓢𝓽𝓾𝓽𝓼𝓶𝓪𷫢, and today we are going to be taking another beautiful journey on talking about how the hell to make affirmations work, okay? I feel like in society, the concept of affirmations is just very cliche to a lot of people. They hear, oh, just affirm, oh, just, I don't know, say these cute little statements in the back of your head, and then they just look at that and are like, what the f? Like, that's stupid. That's not real. It doesn't actually do anything. Or they try it and it feels like they're gaslighting themselves. Or they sit there and they try to do affirming and then nothing happens in their reality and they're like, okay, but like what the actual hell am I even doing here? Like, ha ha ha. So I feel like for me personally, I never really understood why affirmations were so cliche. And I think it's just because they always typically worked for me. When I first came into manifestation a long time ago, probably like, I don't even know, like 4 or 5 years ago, I feel like I was very open-minded to the concept of affirmations because it wasn't something that was really mainstream yet. Not a lot of people heard about it. Not a lot of people really even knew what an affirmation was, I feel like, at the time. Because of that, I feel like there was never this notion that they were cliche, that they didn't actually work, that they were gaslighting yourself or being delusional or just something that all the health and wellness girlies do, but yeah, don't actually do anything. It's like pampering yourself with a freaking, I don't know, spa day. I feel like for me, guys, affirmations are genuinely so powerful. And I feel like when I am consciously manifesting using affirmations, my reality shifts like that. I literally can attract in my mind pretty much anything that I want to have when I am consciously affirming for my desires, okay? So let's just get straight into the video, okay, y'all? No more yapping, no more whatever the hell that I do for half my videos. So number one is going to be, how do affirmations actually work? Well, I feel like first, before we get into the actual nitty-gritty of affirmations, we need to understand two very important concepts here, okay? Number one is going to be the subconscious mind. We as humans in our cute little brains have about 3 different sections of the mind. We have our conscious mind, our subconscious mind, and then the unconscious mind. The conscious mind typically runs about 2 to 5% of your daily living, okay? Your conscious mind is what you are using to watch this video right now. It is what you are thinking. It is the thoughts that you are having. It is the decisions that you choose to do. It is kind of known as the thinker or the controller of your brain. Think of it when you are driving a car. You are the one that is sitting there physically turning the wheel, okay? The subconscious mind pretty much runs everything else in your life, everything else in the background. It runs 95 to 98% of your life on a daily basis, okay? So with your conscious mind, you are physically controlling the car's wheel. However, your subconscious mind is actually the engine of the car running the actual car, okay? Sounds a little weird and woo-woo, but just bear with me, okay? Your subconscious mind is basically the identity backing everything that you are experiencing in your reality, meaning that every single experience that you have, every single thing that you do, the assumptions that you live from, your emotional memory, your habits, and your default reactions, basically your subconscious mind pretty much dictates your entire reality, okay? It dictates every single thing that you do on a daily basis, meaning that if we understand how to reprogram our subconscious mind, we understand how to shift our identity, then we understand how to shift our reality, okay? The problem is that most people try to use their conscious mind to manifest. They try to use that 2 to 5% to basically get what it is that they want externally. However, when we actually shift into reprogramming that 95 to 98% of our mind, that is when manifestation becomes automatic. It becomes subconscious because you are no longer trying to force something using 2 to 5% of your daily power. You are using 95 to 98% of your power and you are not even consciously deciding it. Your subconscious mind is running like a computer program in the background to basically manifest your desires for you, okay? So when you reprogram your subconscious mind, your reality will basically reorganize itself to match whatever your subconscious mind assumes to be true, okay? Second is going to be the concept of neuroplasticity. Now, neuroplasticity is basically our brain's way of rewiring itself based on repetition, emotional patterns, and the experiences that we are having on a daily basis. Think about it as your brain kind of has all these millions of little worms that are basically floating around, constantly reorganizing themselves, doing whatever the hell that they think that they should just be doing, okay? Every single time that you do or say the same thing to yourself, you are strengthening one specific neural pathway in your brain, okay? Every single time that you take that same path to work, you are strengthening your ability to just go down that path on autopilot, to just feel familiar and comfortable with doing so, and to almost be able to even turn off your brain. It becomes subconscious now when you start driving that same path. Now, the thing about neuroplasticity is that your neurons can actually be rewired and reprogrammed to change whatever is the norm for you, okay? So if all of a sudden, instead of going down that same one path that you go down to get to work every day, you started going down a different path, you started choosing a new road, you would start being pulled into the present moment a lot more, and your neural pathways would actually start to be built in a new direction now because it is uncomfortable. It is something new for you. Your subconscious mind deems it as unsafe and it doesn't actually like to go down that path. It's just easier to do the path that it knows to be safe, that it knows that you have successfully done 1,000 different times. But when we choose to step into that uncomfortability and we choose to start going down this new path while driving to work, we are actually degrading the old neural pathways and building new neural pathways that basically align with the path that we want to go down, okay? More often that you go this certain route, the more often that you build that neural pathway, the more comfortable and natural natural it is for you to be and do that, meaning that eventually that will become your new norm. That will be your new identity. You will no longer look at it as you identify with this old path. You will start identifying with this new path. And that is when you'll step into that version of yourself that instead of driving that 25-minute drive to get to work, you now start driving that 18-minute to get to work, okay? Was this kind of like clicking for you guys a little bit? That was pretty much like the best analogy I could think of for this. So basically, neuroplasticity is just the science behind shifting and reorganizing your identity. When you understand neuroplasticity, it also gets a lot easier to build habits. It gets easier to reprogram your subconscious. It gets easier to change patterns and to even shift your identity. Every single time that you repeat a thought, an action, a belief, you basically are strengthening that one singular neural pathway and building it up over all the others. This is also why affirmations are so powerful, because an affirmation is a repeated thought or belief that you are trying to build. Now, of course, it's going to feel uncomfortable at first because you are not used to telling yourself certain things. So let's say that you're trying to manifest your dream body. If you start telling yourself, I have my dream body, I love my body is beautiful, my body is perfect every single day. Of course, if you've always been telling yourself something different your entire life, it is going to feel uncomfortable. It's not going to feel natural. But the more often that you do it, you are building up that neural pathway to then start to believe that as true, and it becomes more comfortable and natural for you to assume that as time goes on. Affirmations play into this by reprogramming your subconscious mind, which basically creates the external reality that you are currently experiencing by creating new neural pathways due to the concept of neuroplasticity, okay? There's a lot of big words going on here, but basically the more often that you do your affirmations, the more often that your subconscious will basically be reprogrammed because of the concept of neuroplasticity. And once you reprogram your subconscious, your identity will shift, and then you will start to experience a new reality based on your new identity, okay? Everything in manifestation is all focused around self-concept. It is all focused on you up here. Nothing is external from you. You are basically everything happening right now, okay? So shift what is going on up here, and everything outside of you will mirror that. It is also really hard to believe, and I understand why, because if you have never experienced manifestation before, if you have never actually shifted your internal state of being and manifested something externally, it does sound very woo-woo. But I feel like in manifestation, you need a lot of discipline and you need a lot of faith, because a lot of times you are trying to get something that you do not have or are not experiencing in the now. And so that requires faith to be able to get there. It requires some level of even delusion in order to make it to that point in life, okay? The law of assumption states that whatever you assume to be true will be true for you and will be reflected externally in your reality. By shifting your assumptions, by changing your identity, you are therefore using the law of assumption to manifest exactly what it is that you want. I feel like one of the really, really cool things about neuroplasticity as well is that you can actually degrade and almost delete your old neural pathways and shift into the identity that you literally want to be. One thing about it is that when you stop feeding old negative beliefs, they actually begin to shrink and die because our brain basically prunes unused neural pathways on a daily basis, okay? So if you stop telling yourself that you are ugly, that you are anxious all the time, that you are a procrastinator, that you are lazy, that you cannot do and manifest your dreams, then those neural pathways that you have been basically building up for years will start to begin to shrink and get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then your brain will basically prune them out of your mind, deleting them, meaning that you won't even identify with that old version of yourself anymore. For me, when I started doing affirmations and reprogramming my identity, it actually became a really weird experience for me because I look back at the version of myself that I was 3 to 4 years ago, and I do not resonate with a single freaking thing. My favorite colors are different, my favorite foods are different, my lifestyle is different, my friends are different. Every single thing that I resonated with previously doesn't even align with me anymore, guys, and it is the weirdest freaking feeling ever, because especially like when I'm telling people stories of me in my past, I'm just like, I feel like I'm like talking about someone else. I'm like, yeah, but like younger Zach, who was he? No one knows. Like, it's very interesting. So now let's actually get into why affirmations do not work for most people and the fixes that we can begin to take for each of these little nuanced things, okay? Because I know y'all want your manifestations. I know that y'all want it to work, okay? And this is how we will get it to work, okay? One little practice that I want you to do is I want you to think of your manifestation. Think of your desire that you want to have externally. Think of a goal that you have and simply just tell yourself that you have that now. Then I want you to scan and feel what is going on internally in your system, in your gut, in your stomach, in your intuition while you are saying that. Is it a feeling of calmness? Is it a feeling of stability, of security, being like, yeah, you know, I can see that. Yeah, it's happening, blah, blah, blah. Or is it a feeling of anxiety? Is it a feeling of disconnect? Is it a feeling of kind of having this weird pit in your stomach of like, oh, but like that doesn't actually resonate. That doesn't actually feel normal for me. That doesn't actually hit for me. This is your nervous system going into fight or flight when you are saying and affirming these affirmations to yourself. The reason being is because if there is a significant gap between who you are now and who you are trying to affirm to be, your nervous system will basically go into fight or flight, shock itself out of it, and basically convince your subconscious mind that it is not safe to affirm that, and therefore you will not get that, okay? Think about it. If you have been broke your entire life, and all of a sudden you are starting to affirm to yourself that you are a millionaire, you are going to sit there and be like, yeah, As if, babe, like that's funny, that's really funny. Because it is a shock to your nervous system. It is something that is so unfathomable, so unbelievable that it is therefore impossible, and you will basically believe that you are incapable of getting to that point. The thing about affirmations and the thing about manifestation is that it works in steps, okay? You cannot just immediately go from 0 to 100 if you have never manifested anything in your life before. If you struggle to even have conviction over your desires, then how the hell are you going to go from being broke your entire life into being the most wealthiest millionaire flying a private jet everywhere that you want to go, okay? Simply does not work that way, guys. So what we need to do is we need to start working in steps on affirmations. Think of it like a cute little ladder, okay? We need to just start climbing the ladder one little step at a time until we get to that point that we want to be at. A lot of people, when it comes to manifesting money, instead of being, oh, I am a millionaire, you go from, oh, I am broke into, okay, I am at least getting to a point in my life where I am starting to be more financially stable, or I am better at budgeting, or I am living a better life, or I am attracting a little bit more money, or my income is slowly increasing. You start stepping up natural steps that are somewhat believable, somewhat attainable in the back of your mind before you start going for these really big, audacious goals, okay? The more that you begin to practice the art and craft of manifestation, the easier it will be for you to be able to go from 0 to 100 and get those instant manifestations. But at first, if you're still kind of a little baby, if you're still building your own belief and conviction of the practice, then yes, it does take a little bit longer for you to be able to get to there, okay? Doesn't mean it's impossible, just means that you maybe just have to take it one step at a time. It means that you maybe have to take it one little cute day at a time, okay? Another thing is that if you're trying to affirm in a stressed state, meaning that your cortisol is higher than it usually is, your subconscious mind is actually being blocked, okay? Cortisol blocks subconscious access, meaning that when you are manifesting or trying to affirm or do scripting from a stressed state, when your body is in fight or flight, when you do not feel safe, when you do not feel comfortable, you are therefore incapable of manifesting because your mind is not open to be able to be reprogrammed. It is literally seeing everything experiencing in your reality as danger, and it is basically trying to force you out of it, okay? Because of that, you cannot try to reprogram your state of being while you are literally running from a damn tiger. So the way that we need to fix this is we need to start affirming either before sleep or when we are in a relaxed, comfortable state, okay? So the best way to do this is to either meditate, journal, read a book, listen to your favorite calming music, do something that makes you feel safe, makes you feel secure in your body, even if it means leaving your household, even if it means driving around in your car, going to get your favorite food, doing something that makes you just feel better, makes you feel a little bit more like high vibrational, makes you feel calm and get out of that fight or flight state. Then you can begin to start reprogramming your subconscious mind, speaking those affirmations, telling yourself how beautiful you are, how much you love your life and you love your body, and it will become more believable to you because you are not in the state of being where you are literally panicked, okay? Next is that you need to start affirming for present self-concept shifts, not future goal-based manifestations, okay? When doing affirmations, I see a lot of people that basically tell themselves, oh, I will get this dream body. Oh, I will have this job. Oh, I will be this person. Manifestation does not work like that because you basically are telling your subconscious mind that there is a gap between who you are now and what you want to have, meaning that there will basically manifest a gap between who you are and what you want to have now, okay? You're literally telling your subconscious mind that this is not presently true. This is not presently here for me, okay? So what we need to do is we need to start doing present self-concept affirmations that basically tell ourselves, tell our system, tell our subconscious mind that we have this desire in the now, that we are acting as if we are living in the state of the wish fulfilled in the now. This also allows your subconscious mind to accept these statements as true because it is more believable, it is more stable, and it is more secure for you to believe that you are a certain way now in this present moment than having this disconnect, this gap between you and your future self, because your subconscious mind doesn't actually even know what the hell your future self is. Your subconscious mind doesn't perceive time the same way we do. It doesn't think, oh, okay, well, in a month from now, yeah, sure, like Zach will have this desire. It just sees that as, okay, I just don't have it now then. So start telling yourself that you have your desires in the now. Start telling yourself, I am beautiful. I am wealthy. I am the person of my dreams. I have the partner of my dreams. I have the body of my dreams. Things that you want to have and manifest, convince yourself that you have them now. And that is the way that you will convince your subconscious mind that you have them. And then your reality will reorganize itself to manifest that as true for you in the now, okay? My second and last point is that you need to shift how you are affirming, okay? There are so many different ways in this world to affirm. And if you have only ever tried one and you're like, this just doesn't fit for me, it doesn't resonate, this doesn't feel good for me, then it's probably just maybe not the way for you, but there doesn't mean that affirmations just don't work at all. I personally like almost all these ways, but some of the best ways that I would recommend that I do a lot are either internal affirmations, which means that you are just kind of sitting here, you're in your room, but you are telling yourself, I am so beautiful, I have my desire, I am living my dream life, whatever it is that you want to manifest, you are telling yourself internally, or you can even speak it out loud, being like, I am so beautiful, I am so beautiful, I have my dream reality, I am living my dream life, everyone. Another way is doing guided affirmations. This is basically when you are listening to affirmation tracks tracks or tapes or videos created by influencers or creators that are in the manifestation community that basically are affirming to you what it is that you want to desire. There are millions of these. There are like wealth affirmations, there are affirmations on how to be magnetic, there are affirmations for manifesting your dream partner, so many things that you just play in the background. You don't even really have to even repeat them or affirm them, and they will naturally start to reprogram your subconscious mind because your subconscious mind will pick it up, okay? Next is mirror affirmations. I personally love mirror affirmations. I don't always do them because honestly it's kind of like who just gets up in front of the mirror being like, hello, I am so beautiful. But if you're ever getting out of the shower, if you're doing your skincare, if you're just even looking at a mirror, just literally tell yourself, you're so beautiful. You are literally amazing. You are living your best life, okay? And lastly, my favorite out of all the ways of doing affirmations are going to definitely be subliminals. Now, this is probably the lazy man's way of doing affirmations, but I love it because I just love listening to my baddie girl music. I love listening to my little rain sounds. I love doing all the things that subliminals just allow me to do, okay? So subliminals basically are videos that have affirmations underneath the threshold that you can't hear them. So basically, you are listening to music, but behind the music is actually affirmations telling you, you're so beautiful, you're living your dream life, you are literally amazing. And so what that does is it basically targets your subconscious mind because your conscious mind does not have the resistance to tell itself, oh, that's not true, oh, that's not real. So there's no blockages, there's no resistance to what it is you're trying to manifest. Your subconscious mind just hears it, perceives it as true, especially the more that you allow it to repeat in your subconscious mind and saturate there, and it builds those new neural pathways up for you without you even thinking about it. So it's literally like manifesting on autopilot, and who the hell doesn't want that? And lastly, one of, I think, the most important steps when it comes to embodying your manifestations, doing affirmations in a way that actually works, and reprogramming your subconscious mind in a very quick and easy way is to use emotion while doing your affirmations, okay? Your subconscious mind listens to your dominant state of emotional being, meaning that whatever you are feeling and then thinking towards a certain experience in your life, your subconscious mind will basically create that and perpetuate that in your external reality. So if you look at yourself and you tell yourself, wow, you are so beautiful, and you genuinely feel beautiful, you are living in the state of the wish fulfilled, you are acting as if you are genuinely beautiful, your subconscious mind will then create more of that. It will allow you to reprogram your subconscious mind much faster than if you were just robotically affirming, being like, you're so beautiful, I love you, you're so beautiful, you're amazing, I love you. That also will work and that can help, but emotions target your subconscious mind so much quicker and so much more powerful than just simply doing affirmations in the mirror with no thought behind them, with no feeling behind them, with just literally being like, I'm just doing this to do it and then I'm gonna leave in 2 minutes, okay? Affirmations to me are genuinely probably the most powerful way to manifest. It is one of the easiest ways to manifest. You don't need anything. You literally just need yourself. You just literally need to be able to sit here and think about what it is you want, okay? And I think that that is so fun and so beautiful, and it's just so easy to get what we want. It's so interesting in life how it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, getting all the things that we want is actually so easy. We just create so much resistance and make them hard. And I think that that's so interesting. But anyways, reality creation for you will become effortless once your subconscious mind adopts this new identity. And this is where manifestation will begin to be automatic for you. So keep doing your affirmations, keep telling yourself how beautiful you are, keep telling yourself how much you love yourself. Your self-concept will therefore shift. You will build new neurons in your brain that will reinforce the identity you are trying to adopt. And your subconscious mind will reprogram itself, therefore reprogramming your reality using the law of assumption, because whatever you assume to be true is true for you, to give you exactly what it is you want to experience, okay? Affirmations will not change your life just because you repeat them. They will change your life because they reshape who you believe yourself to be. Shift your identity and your reality will shift with it. All right, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. This one is a long one. Oh my God. This is gonna be really fun to edit, Zach. Good luck. Anyways, I hope that you guys found this video educational. If you did not, I at least hope you found it really entertaining. I hope that you guys have an amazing day and an even better life. And yeah, I think I really am going to start getting into kind of making more of these niche manifestation videos, because I feel like there's a lot of topics within manifestation that people just hear and think are just like cliche or don't work for them. And it's like, okay, babe, like it can work for you. You just need to find the way to make it work for you. You need to get past this resistance that is making this experience not work for you. Because I'm like, what works for millions and millions of people on this planet Earth doesn't just not work for you because you're like the special one, because you're just so different than anyone else. Okay, babe? Anyways, I hope that you guys have an amazing day and even better life. I think I already just said that, but I really hope that it is true for you guys. Thank you so much for your support. One thing is, let me know where you guys are from in the comments below. I honestly have been loving reading all of your guys' comments being like, oh, I'm from India, I'm from France, I'm from Japan, I'm from blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, guys, I'm just from this cute little town in Arizona. But anyways, I hope that you guys have an amazing day and even better life, and I will see y'all in the next video, okay? Bye.